For this video, we are going to discuss or go over the control statements and data structures. So let's start with the conditional statements. So in Python, we must remember, or I think you are already familiar with this, the curly brackets are not used to designate that multiple commands are inside a conditional statement. Instead, uniform spacing is used. Okay, so please take note, however, that the composition of the uniform spacing must be the same, such that if four spaces are being used, even though four spaces may have a visually similar result as a tab, interchanging them would produce an error statement. So you should be consistent with this one. Okay, so what you have to remember is that in Python, the blocks are not being grouped or not being enclosed using a curly bracket. Rather, we are setting a block by using indentation. Okay, so let us start first with the conditional statements and the Boolean condition. So from the word itself, from the Boolean, so meaning a variable can either be true or false. Okay, so for this, we are setting the value of x as true. So we have an if-else condition here. And as you can see, the statement that is executed if x is true is being indented. Okay, so for instance, if we do not follow that one, and then if we run this one, then there will be an error. Okay, and it shows here that there is an indentation error, right? So if x, or meaning if it is true, then we print var x is true, else print var x is false. So since x is true, then it will print this statement. Okay, what about the string condition? So the string condition is that we are making if-else na conditions based on a variable that has a value of string. Okay, so here if x is equal to hello world, then we print the statement, else we print var x is not hello world. So since x is indeed hello world, then this statement was printed. And we can also have numerical conditions. So that means that the conditions, or we can perform comparisons based on the value of a certain numerical variable. Okay, so in here we assign x into 10. So if x is equal to 10, then this one, if x is equal to a string 10, because as you can see, it is enclosed in a single na quote, then we print var x is a string. But if elif, or this is used for multiple if-else na conditions, okay? Elif x is equal to 10, as you can see, this is a numeric. So we print var x is an integer, else we print var x is none of the above. So since x is indeed equal to 10, then it prints this statement, var x is an integer. So we can also have multiple na conditions. Okay, so in multiple na conditions, that means that we are combining simpler conditions and for more complicated ones using connectives, or like and, or, etc. Okay, so as you can see here, we have three conditions. If x is greater than 5 and x is less than 15, and x is equal to 10. So you know that if you use and, so this will be true if, or this will be executed if all of these statements, x is greater than 5, x is less than 15, and x is equal to 10 as true. Okay, so if only one of this condition is false, then this statement will not be executed. All right. So if we run it, the secant var x is indeed 10 because we have satisfied all of these conditions. Okay. So we also have loops, and similar with that of conditional statements, commands within a loop are designated by having a uniform spacing. So by using tabs or let's say 4 spaces. Okay, so in here we have the 4 loops. Okay, and for var in range 0, 5, 2. So this range na 0, 5, 2 is equivalent to all numbers from 0 incremented by 2 until it reaches the number less than 5. Okay, so this is it. You have the start, the stop, as well as the step na value. Okay, and then we print inside the for loop, we print the var. And these are the printed na values of var. Okay, so as you can see, it is incremented by 2 and it stops at 4 because our condition is that the range is only from 0 to 5. Okay, so the next to 4 is 6. So that does not satisfy our condition. So the loop is being terminated. And we also have list the comprehensions wherein we enclose in the brackets the commands. So v for v meaning that's the value that is being added to the list that we are making. So for v in range 1, 105. So from 1 to 100 with step value 5. So we make a list out of those values that was returned by this loop. Okay, and we also have the while loops. So like the for loop, it's just the other loops like the while is just semantically similar. Okay, except that the syntax is different. Okay, so we have we assign here first var equals 0, and while the var is, or this is our variable, while var is still less than 5, we print the value of var and then we increase the value of var. So this is our updater. So without this, there is no way for your while loop to be false. So the while loop will not terminate. Okay, so we also have the nested loops. Basically, you are just nesting a loop inside another loop. Okay, so you can have a while loop, and inside the while you can have another while loop and another while loop. Okay, or you can have the while, and then inside the for loop, or while then for, or for, etc. Okay, and what about the slicing? So slicing is